Hello everyone, my name is Kong Tao and I will be giving an informative speech about the stock market. So to start off, Warren Buffett, one of the richest men on earth, once said that the stock market is a device for transferring money from the impatient to the patient. And I want to emphasize on what he means and talk about it and give information about the stock market to people. So what I want people to get out of this is to be educated about the stock market and to take advantage of it. Today we will be discussing about how to invest in the stock market, when to buy shares, when to sell shares, and also the misconceptions of the stock market. So what is the stock market? The stock market is a platform that is used to buy or sell shares from companies, and it originated from the Dutch people who made the first paper issued shares. All right, and then how do you invest in the stock market? You must have a brokerage account, and to be able to, what is a brokerage account? That's a security account that hold financial assets such as your money and etc. And to be able to, you just have to look for brokerage firms, maybe a broker, or you could go ask your bank. Your bank might, have their own brokerage, platform, and then you could just apply for that, and then start buying or selling trade or shares. And also, another way to invest is that you have to be able to be optimistic about your investments, and you're not supposed to let your emotion control your decisions for you. You're supposed to believe in the business and then, wait for it to grow. Not like how most people are. They see bad news and they just sell their money, lose money. All right, and then also another way to invest is look for a very wonderful company and good company, not bad company, and you have to think about the future of the company too, not just the present, not as of now. Think of usually a good time frame that I use is about 5 to 10 years, and if you think about that, then you will see the profit. And all right, when to buy shares? You buy shares when prices are low. That's the most standard to buy when it's low. Also, you also want to buy when there are bad news, because bad news is in the stock market. Bad news is basically good news, but it's bad news. For example, something bad is happening around the world. The good news is that prices of shares goes down, but it's bad news. So always be updated about the news. And then another method that I use is, I got it from Warren Buffett. Another quote, I'll try to quote it. He says that buy a wonderful business at a fair price, wonderful, not a fair business at a wonderful price. Because if you have a good business, the future will be. It's all about the future, not the present or the past. If the future is very prosperous, then you're gonna make money. All right, and then when to sell shares, the same thing. Sell when it's high, and always keep updated with the news, because when the news because the news, they will always announce when the shares or companies have hit their all-time highs, and that's when you either want to sell a portion of your shares and then wait until the market goes down to buy more shares to keep that position, or you can just hold until goes higher or lower. Because the stock market is very volatile. It goes up and down, so it just depends on your preference. For me, I like to hold and just wait for like within maybe 5 years or 5 to 10 years frame. Also, when do you sell to is if the business is just running, just bankrupting, might as well sell it. There's no more point. All right, and now the misconceptions about the stock market is that most people think that it's the worst investment ever because they lose money, and it's also because they're not educated about it. That's why they lose money. Um, the stock market is very volatile, so you have to accept the fact that you will lose, and gain some. Most people don't, accept that. Most people, they invest and they see that their money is going down and they get afraid and they just sell, and lose that net loss because they're afraid of the stock market going even lower and they're going to lose their money. But that is how it is. It goes down and up. So you will lose some, but you will gain more eventually within, from all the research. And that is basically it. So we have discussed about, the stock market, when to buy and when to sell, and the misconception. I hope that everybody, learned something from this video. I hope that you, consider it. Most people, they don't know how to invest because they aren't, sure about their investments. So the key is that patience. That's all you have to do. If you have patience, you will become rich. Thank you.